Hi, Kelly. How you doing? Okay, so I was reading through your writing. Everything here is making good sense, and it indicates to me that you're really learning things. Um, and for those of you who are looking along and reading this, Kelly has been working her tail off on this assignment, and it's starting to come together beautifully. So that's fantastic. So I do have some comments, Kelly, and let's go ahead and get to that. I don't see any questions here specifically. And of course, you know that you can get with me with any questions at all. And you know you don't wait for me. There's no turnaround time. I'm pretty quick to respond. So just let me know if you have any additional questions. So let's go ahead and take a look. I want you to see something here. Now, I got this downloaded, right? And I'm going to open this, and I want you to see what happens when I open it. Now, we can see we've got warnings. Could not find a linked file. Okay, none of these files are embedded. Remember the importance of embedding files in Illustrator. Otherwise, we can't see them. So we have 1, 2, 3. Looks like we have 3 images. We can go over to the links panel and see the images that aren't embedded are pictures, JPEG, masked image, beach, family, and landscape. That's why we can't see them here. Okay, now I can check the typefaces. Let's go ahead and check that. That's Arial bold. That's great. Arial bold italic. That's great for the subhead. And Arial for the regular body copy. Again, outstanding. Now, since I can't see the images here, what I can do is this. But before I do that, I'm going to open this in preview so we can get a look at it. But before I do that, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to bring up my rulers, and I'm going to see that we can see that this is, actually, let's go to our artboards and check the file size. Okay, so let's go to artboards, come out here to the flyout, say artboard options, and it says 8.5 by 11. I'm sorry, let's check that. It says 11 by 8.5. Okay, this file is supposed to be 8.5 by 11, meaning, now remember, in graphic design, the width always comes first. So if it says 8.5 by 11, it means 8.5 width, 11 height. So you definitely want to make sure that this is 8.5 by 11, 8.5 width, 11 height. Okay, these X's, as I hover over these different areas, these boxes that have X's, those are the images that are not embedded in the file. So what, I can close this now because I think we're done with this, but one more thing I want to check is you're in CMYK, that's fantastic, and looks like you've set up your bleeds, that's fantastic as well. Okay, I can get rid of this because we're done with this. What I've done is I opened this in preview so we can see everything that's in here. So of course the image is the incorrect side. So you've got these big white bars on either side. That's problematic. We don't want those. Remember the course announcements. Remember the announcement about outlining your type. You definitely want to take a review on that. The masked image itself is skewed. Okay, it's definitely distorted. These characters, the family looks really tall and really narrow. So that likely happened on resizing. So when you place that and resize it, likely you selected it and grabbed the corner bounding box and resized it, right? When you resize it, hold the shift key down when you grab that corner bounding box. That's going to constrain the original proportions, and it's going to ensure that there are no distortions associated with that image. Other than that, your masking technique is gorgeous. We can clearly see there's no indications of the original background right through here. You even got that little hole in the arm and some of these little areas right here. So wonderful masking. Um, the kind of green color to me is a little bit out of harmony because there's nothing else green. So let's go ahead and try to incorporate either the colors or use your type in white. Okay, I think that'll work. And there's no reason white won't work. It should show up just perfectly. Okay, and then watch your alignment. And one thing I would recommend is left aligning the headline and the subhead. Make sure that they're left aligned. Don't center your type. It's not a good practice. I would rather have you left align your type than center your type. Okay, so other than that, I think it's a good start. I mean, you're definitely showing progress, but those recommendations have got to be addressed for your final submission. The final submission is coming up quickly in week 7, so we want to keep that in mind. If you want to make some of the adjustments I just recommended, go right ahead and you can resubmit, and I'll make further additional comments. But those are my recommendations. Also, it looks like there's a little white sliver at the bottom of that logo right there, which kind of indicates to me that that was placed as a screenshot. So if you go to the course announcement specifically, down here, let me see, go way back to week 2. And here we are. Welcome to my, excuse me, module 2. There's some videos in here. This is going to show you, this one here is going to show you how to place the logo from the style guide. And this one here shows you how to embed those images into your file. Okay. So at this point, the most important thing is, of course, to get with me if you have any questions at all. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. And again, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much.